This ay EJ Nepomuceno.
And here's the with Early Modern English History Talk Show.
I thank you, Dana. We, the beloved presenters, present facts about the early modern English period that started to follow the modern English period that ended in the 15th century, but was believed to coincide closely with the Tudor dynasty from 1485 to 1603 and Stuart dynasty from 1603 to 1714.
Originally, early modern English started in 1500 and ended in 1800. Also, analogous to the period in the Philippines currently have, early modern English is also known as a golden age, although it differs in the Philippines because currently Philippines have high inflation rate that made products only affordable for the richest. Whilst in the early modern English period, they belong to the golden age because they were seen as a high point of English literature, whereas they are rich in literary works.
I have a question.
What is it?
Would you rather choose to live in the golden age from the modern English period or in the golden age here in the Philippines?
Well, I leave that question to our audience, EJ. Going back, did you also know what major factors separated Middle English from modern English?
It was the Great Vowel Shift, where number of linguistic change or radical change in pronunciation happened, especially during the 15th and 16th century, particularly in the long vowel sounds, and as well as the development of the new grammatical structures.
And being in line in what is stated earlier, where coincide during Tudor dynasty, this period is also considered as Elizabethan age.
Yes, Dana. People here started enjoying the printing press that was introduced to England by William Caxton in 1476, and there were 20,000 books printed in the 150 years, and among Caxton bestsellers were the Canterbury Tales and Tales of King Arthur.
So you're saying that there was a mass production of books before and people enjoyed using literature as their hobby?
Absolutely. The literacy grew and English books become more commonly available than Latin ones.
Additional information about early modern English standardization, there were 5 major dialects in English back in that era, which are Northern, West Midlands, East Midlands, Southern, and Kentish.
Therefore, the word church have 30 different spellings. The word people have 22 different spellings. The word receive have 45 different spellings. The word she have 60 different spellings, and lastly, the word though have 500 different spellings.
That's a lot to process, EJ, so that's why they had difficulty of finding forms understood throughout the country.
Yeah, though over time the printed spellings tended to become fixed and as they spread also standard. So before we proceed to another topics, let us have a commercial break where we watch a short skit by our lovely fellows who enjoyed learning about how English literature evolved through time.
Good morrow, William. How does thou fare this day?
I farewell Jonathan and thou.
I am well. I have just finished my studies for the day and I'm now ready for some leisure.
Me too. I have finished my labors as well. What shall we do this day?
I know not. Perhaps we could play a game of chess or cards.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's us invite some fair maidens to join us.
Agreed. I shall send a message to Elizabeth and Anne.
Good morrow, gentlemen. How does this fare this step.
We farewell, fair Elizabeth and thou.
I farewell also. What is it thou wouldst like us to do?
We were thinking of playing a game of chess or cards. Wouldst thou like to join us?
We would like thou very much.
Then let us begin.
That was fantastic, don't you think, EJ?
Yes, but let us show more of literary works that was produced during this era.
The King James Version of the Bible, first published in 1611, was written in early modern English and had a profound influence on the development of the English language, considered a masterpiece with its use of elegant and formal language.
The early modern English period also saw the emergence of the first English dictionaries, such as Cowdery's A Table Alphabetical in 1604. These dictionaries helped to standardize the spelling and meaning of the words, making the language more consistent.
The Book of Common Prayer, 1549, this religious text, written in the form of a liturgy, is considered an important example of early modern English, with its use of formal and elevated language. The works of John Milton, 17th century, Milton's poetry, including Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, is considered a prime example of early modern English, with its use of complex sentence structures, rich vocabulary, and elevated language. The works of Samuel Johnson, 18th century, Johnson's writings, including his Dictionary of the English Language, are considered an important example of early modern English, with their use of formal and precise language.
Early modern English is considered to be the first truly international language with significant impact on other languages around the world. It laid the foundation for the language we use today and greatly influenced the way we communicate.
Now, before we formally end our informational talk, let us present them some sentence examples used in early modern English.
These are, I will go to the market to buy some apples. Thou art a fair maiden. He hath a great estate. He doth not approve of thy behavior. We shall dine with the king tonight.
Also, here are some examples from the books with the authors. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. To be or not to be, that is the question. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. All human things are subject to decay, and when fate summons, monarchs must obey. The History of the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon. The sun shone bright and clear, and the birds sang sweetly in the trees. It was a beautiful day to be alive. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. I am half agony, half hope. Persuasion by Jane Austen. But, above all, remember this, to thine own self be true. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. I am thy creature, and I will be even mild and docile to my natural lord and king, if thou wilt also perform thy part, the which thou owest me. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I am not a merry man, nor a fool, to make myself a common stage for all the world to gaze at. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. But, alas, what with my wit and them? At the length I was forced to shoot, and at the shooting of my men, all their hearts were turned against me. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. The devil is not so black as he is painted. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. I must be content to bear with those that be unlike, and to account it but a cross or a burden laid upon me for my sins. The Fairy Queen by Edmund Spenser.
It is our pleasure to hear wonderful examples from you, Dana.
And I am dearly pleased to share information with you.
Till the next informational talk show, fellow people. Thank you for being here with us. I am EJ Nepomuceno.
This I, Dana. Here ends our informational talk show of early modern English.
was most enjoyable game. I thank thee, gentlemen, for inviting us to join thee.
I concur. It was a most pleasant time.
Though art most welcome, fair maidens. We shall do this again soon.
Aye, let us make it a regular pastime.
Agreed. Farewell for now, gentlemen.
Farewell.